Oh, they'll be calling you a radical. The 10th anniversary of Fukushima is in 2 hours. It was here in Utah. It was happened at exactly 10:46 p.m. on the 10th, right after midnight, 12:46. This horrific catastrophe. So this is important. I wasn't going to put this up, but you can't make this up. So let me turn on. I scrambled. I got a call and I saw it was a 202 number. And so I immediately thought it's from the Peace Vigil. So you can't make this shit up. Hi, I'm Mike Lee's office. Him and Blake Moore doing the town hall tonight. We're reaching out to you, Kevin. Want to know if you would like to ask a question. Now, I don't even know how they got my number, or they never call me. I mean, he told me to get back to me about Fukushima. This is the irony of this. You go out that interview. How many years ago was that? He told me to get back to me a couple days later. That was, what, 7 years ago? So I says, yeah. I says, well, you know what I'm going to ask? And I says, well, here's what I'll ask, word for word. You know, and I hurried and grabbed this iPad, turned the phone on speaker because I wanted to get it recorded. You know, and this is a different thing for me to start out with. So I'm participating in the Mike Lee conference call, and it's irony because this is the evening of March 10th. This is the Fukushima anniversary, 10 years. My question's in the queue. I'm waiting to see if they answer it. They called me. Mike Lee's office called me. So this is a different thing for me to start out with. So Mike Lee called me. His office called me. They screened my question. And so here's the thing. So they about 5, 6, 7, 8 questions. Every one of them most pathetic. Oh, all from Logan, by the way. Hey, could you tell me when we're going to get some fair elections? Could you tell me when we get our land back? The federals got all our land. Could you tell me we need to get more gun rights? But just cherry picking. And Mike Lee's quoting, oh, my favorite president, Calvin Coolidge. My friend, Bernie Sanders. I mean, the same fucking lies. So, I mean, it's irony. So, his secretary, who I've talked to before, it's been a long time, I said, well, you called me. Yeah, I know. You know my question is. My question is Fukushima. You know, it's irony. You call me, you know, Fukushima, the 10 years is tonight. Well, we're reaching out to you, Kevin. What's your question? And I says, well, how come he lied to me? And, you know, I'm just going to say it like this. Here's my question, word for word. Mike, you told me your dad was a downwinder and he died very young of cancer. As you know, I've been fighting AML leukemia. You kicked me off Medicaid for no reason. Now I'm 7th generation Utahn. Why is Fukushima classified? Why will you not get back to me? Why will you not talk to me? Why are we not talking about Fukushima? Why are we bringing all the San Onofre blowing up the reactor and all these decommissioned reactors that I've worked so hard on getting taken down, 44 of them in the last decade? Why are we bringing all their waste here to Utah? Why are we funding these little SMR nuclear reactors? Why is Utah the nuclear toy? I don't understand this. Why did you lie to me? And why did you not say it? And she says, well, Kevin, I have it recorded. It's in the Curie, and you say it exactly like that. That question's going up. And I said, that's exactly what I say. You recorded that, right? She says, yeah. Just play that then. I'll say it word for word. I'll even say it like that. And first off, I'm going to tell him thank you for calling. And there's Blake, who I worked so hard to get Blake Moore elected. Oh, God. You ought to hear him with Mike Lee thing, and he's like a little minor bird in the back. Yeah, of course, it's better than getting this Gibson character. So they called me. I saw the 202 number come up, and I said, well, it's got to be Peace Vigil. It's got to be Craig or Filippo. You know? So I hurried and answered it. I mean... So, 5-year anniversary that night, Peter and I walked that quiet coast to California at San Diego that night. We got a permit and everything. Nobody showed up. It's all right. It's like fighting AML, leukemia. I've been involved with probably 300 or 400 in the last decade AML leukemia fighters. I only know 3 of us that are alive. One watches these videos, Paul. He's very active, fighting back against the nuclear thing. And of course, Brian, Morris, and myself. That's what it is. People aren't going to show up because they're willing to, wait for their stimulus check. So, this horrific fucking nightmare. I've been protesting with my grandsons. It was fun. We protested at the university today. Me and they're 10. They'll be 10 this month. They're born days after. Their 10th birthday is coming up just in a few days. They're a week apart. I'll put up that video right at 10:46, which I do every year. I put my video right at the exact moment because, the ISP address, and I like all these athletes now are selling their digital cards. I see all these guys. It's all the rage now, digital sporting cards going for huge money. I'm the guy that, how often have I said that on these videos? Talk about some historic, by the way, Ed, I mailed your can back. We'll keep it rolling, but I just wanted to put this up. What's the odds? Just tonight. I just a few minutes ago, I just got off the call. Oh, that'll be the last question. And you should have heard these old fucking tired motherfuckers. Every one of them. Hi, this is Billy Bob from Florida. Could you tell me when the next time we're going to get some fair election? And then they just babble him and be like, hey, this is Willie fucking all men, by the way, all saying, when we going to get our land back? The veterans got our land. It's irony. And we talked debt. I love it how he's talking debt now after the Trump administration and him ran $9 trillion in 4 years. No president's done that. Even fucking that piece of shit Obama didn't do that. He ran $8 trillion in fucking 8 years. Trump did 9 in 4. Every question. Same. Hey, why would they shake our time? Oh, fuck. Ignorant, selfish. Well, that's what they do. They cherry pick and then they think they're accomplishing something. They're reaching out to the voter somehow. Well, I'll see Blake. I know him. I know his whole family. Fuck, he's as green as fucking grass. I'm working on him. Fuck. By the way, look, he's connected. His wife's family is war profiteer oligarchs. But that's okay. He's better than what we had. Rob fucking Bishop. We'll see, but fucking Mike Lee. It just, again, so I called her back. I says, look, if Fukushima is just pure classified, why don't you just tell me? Quit wasting my time. You called me. You told me my question's going up, and you know what my question is, and you know who I am. You guys know everything about me. You kicked me off Medicaid. Come on. You called me. What do you think I'm going to ask about? And then you tell me, if Fukushima's classified, why are you wasting my time? Just to say, oh, we reached out to Kevin Blanch. For the litigation? Is that what it is? For when these lawsuits fly? That's what I think it is. I think that they're starting to cover their ass. Well, we reached out to Kevin Blanch. Well, that's why I'm putting this up. Play back the tape, Your Honor. All my videos, so many of them, the slandering, everything that Mike Lee kicks me off Medicaid while I'm in a bone marrow transplant center illegally. Yeah, Kevin, my dad's a downwinder. I'll get right back to you. Just fucking lie to me. Well, karma on you, Mike. Blake wasn't Blake Moore's clerk. It was, Mike Lee's secretary. They called me. Yeah, we got your question in. Okay. You'll be up. And they cherry pick. My gun, the woman of your land, I'm dying of cancer, wife died, cousin died, poison plant, blah, 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 blah. Oh, they want to call in and ask about transgender athletes. And Mike Lee's a polished attorney. You know how he can answer stuff. His favorite line is always throws in, well, my friend Senator Wyden, he does it to me. My friend Bernie Sanders. My friend, he's such a fucking phony. He ain't friends with any of those guys. He just, fuck you. All the only reason I could figure they call me. And they called me. Now I don't even know where the hell they got my number or whatever. Got me. But, I get his clerk. Mike Lee took my number down That was 7 fucking years ago, personally. He says, I'll get back to you after I talk to Senator Wyden on Fukushima. So I think they're probably calling me. They're starting to cover their ass for the litigation. Because it's going to fucking fly. At some point, there's going to be an NSA, CIA fucking break ranks, and a lawyer's going to come to Kevin Blanch and say, hey, it's going to break. What they did to you, Kevin, is going to, it's going to be litigation. While I'm critical condition? Unfucking believable. So, it's sad fucking hallowed night. And we'll stop this on 11. I remember me and Peter walking there on the bar. It was very sad and hallowed that night. Every night, I get very emotional about this. I wonder why. I wrote this really great poem about the Dark Watchers. You know what a Dark Watcher is? So if you don't know, I spent a lot of time in Big Sur, and the artist Jeffers, they tore down his tower. I wrote a poem about Jeffers, Stevenson, about Steinbeck's mother, about Flora, Doc Ricketts. The Dark Watchers are the shadows in the hills right there. So I slept there so many nights, and the Dark Watchers, it's so mystic. I spent days and days and days walking the cliffs of Gorda. I walked all of that while I was dying of cancer. And those shadows on those fucking hills, they're called Dark Watchers. The natives have talked mystically about him forever. Steinbeck's mother talked intensely about him. So I wrote a poem, just, real Dada style. Started thinking how mystical and emotional. Playing with my grandsons today, protesting at the university, and I'm like, all the people that have fucking died from Fukushima. Started to think about it. That night walking up the hill in Monterey. Really sick, and I get to the old clock there, and that big buck with his harem comes up and touches me on the arm. That was just a couple years ago. Spent so much fucking time there. By myself. In the middle of the night with the fucking wells. Ooh, what's that smell? It's a dead well in Carmel. So, I'll read it tomorrow online. The Dark Watchers. Say this to Mike Lee, Blake Moore, all of them. I know them personally. You refuse to defend your killed loved ones, your father. The nuclear took him so young. Them Dark Watchers and those angels like your father, you can't defend. They watch over me. The Dark Watchers on the cliffs of fucking Gorda. They're always looking out for me. I walk so quietly. The dead fucking tide pools, so it's been a lonely 10-year fucking battle. It's been unbelievable, really. Think about the places and the things I've done, especially on that coast, California. Sleeping in a sleeping bag, dying of cancer. Feels like heaven.